Let's get into the Autonauts. See what we can make happen. We are so close. So close to ominous pyramids. I cannot wait. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen today. It might take like 3 hours, but it'll happen today. The sign has not been adjusted since last stream, because frankly we are in endgame now. The only goal... Still funny. Still funny. The only goal is to make sure that the WUV continues to flow. And, looking at Aldi's castles, the WUV is, I believe, continuing to flow. So, that's all that matters. That's really all that matters. We could do some, like, quick overview counts, check to see that things are, in fact, available. Ball gowns and encyclopedias looking a little low, so we might want to double check that materials are available, relevant materials are available in those scenarios for those items. Rocks we're doing A-okay on. Quality catapulting. Probably time to build another mansion. Castle? Build another castle? Excuse me? What is in the way? Oh. Yeah, okay. Granted. What is this? Masonry bench? Oh. Because I wanted to make more shaped stone pallets, probably. I can't imagine what else that was going to be for. But sure. Alright. Castle's not. Hello? What is your problem? Why can you not... Alright, just... How about like this? No? How do I make you build my castle? This is fine. This is not fine. Who is standing in the middle of the castle? Who is causing me problems? Is there a building here? Is there a robot that's like otherwise occupied in the wrong kind of way? What is actually happening? Alright, new plan. All builders, get out of the way. Whole team. Where am I? Come on, get a move on, buddy. I am far away. Holy crap. Where even is my avatar? Alright, there we go. Alright. Everybody. What is this garbage? Who's got zones that extend out to here? I guess, like, looking for stuff? Picking up materials or something? Alright, anybody. Everybody stop what you're doing. Get over here. Get out of the way. And now that that's going, we can start again. And I can build a goddamn thing. Alright, there we go. Everybody do the thing. Do the thing, I believe in you. I'm sure they'll figure it out. Alright, next is ball gowns, probably? It's ball gowns or encyclopedias are the things that I am lowest on. So it's probably ball gowns. Which means it's bull rush, almost assuredly, is the problem out here. Right? That needs silk. Oh, it's silk. Haha, I was wrong. I was misinformed. It's silk. Of course it's silk. Why wouldn't it be anything? Of course it's silk. Why would it be anything besides silk? Obviously it's gonna be silk. Silk is obviously gonna be the problem. I should have known. That's alright. I can just do another thing like this of mulberries, right? We have all the necessary materials. We could just do it again. Maybe up here, so it's still closer to the Silkworm station. That seems like a reasonable way to approach this thing. I might have to move this catapult, though. Which means I might have to readjust this catapult after I've moved it. Which means I might have to tell the person using this catapult to knock it off. Excuse me? Can I not click on the catapult? Well, I can't click on the catapult. Alright, which robot are you? Catapult and Cab. It's a good thing robots have names, huh? You. Stop what you're doing. You gotta move this sucker. And then you gotta adjust it so it's still shooting at the giant pile of ore over here. And then, Cab, old buddy, old pal, you can go again. And now you're carrying one too many ores. Go! Alright. So yeah, we could use this space here, right? So that's going to require some amount of soil preparation. Go team. Countdown to 0 planks. Oh god. Thank you for the reminder. I do in fact want to double check. Planks are fine. Poles. Poles are now the problem. And it might just be people picking up poles, actually. So maybe... Where's my sawmill? So maybe if I just add a robot picking up poles? Where's this fellow? Pole stacker. To the bot database. Alright, great. Now let's just add one more robot doing that thing and maybe that'll fix the problem. Hopefully. Hopefully that just fixes the problem. Become a pole storage bot. Go. Used to be involved with placebos, now involved with poles. Now we could watch to see if this fixes the problem, or we could go back to playing with trees. I think I'm gonna go back to playing with trees. All right, where are you folks? Like, what are you up to? Ah, Forestry Zone 8 is what you're up to. Okay, good answer. Well, I don't really need you to be doing this anymore, so whole team stop. And let's move this sign around, shall we? And we'll do a new 9x9 over here for trees. Which exactly runs into the catapults, but does not overlap the catapults. It's perfect. It's like I planned it. Usually that would be a segue into, of course I planned it. I did not plan it. Not going to lie to you folks here. Alright, clean up that bush. And we need some turf surfed. Alternating. Is that right? Alternating? Is alternating right? Alternating is indeed right. Do that thing, buddy. Which also means, in addition to this, you're going to need to turf some surf. Other way around, surf some turf? Maybe this man is surfing some turf, and this man is turfing some... I think neither of these things are correct. I think none of this is actually correct. but solid attempt nonetheless. Alright, so now that that's started, we need people doing all of the mulberry stuff. So, who's doing mulberry stuff? All kinds of people doing mulberry stuff. Alright, who's digging? The nomenclature is canon. Oh no. Oh no, I have caused problems. Alright, up to the mulberry. Ah, we've already got some mulberry stuff. Fertilizer and seed planter. We're gonna need another seed planter for sure. Alright, well, you are a mulberry digger. So, new robot, you become as digger and dig in the following locations. Right there. Diggy, the mulberry digger. Everyone loves Diggy, the internet sensation. Digging for mulberries. Can you dig for mulberries? You can't dig for mulberries. Mulberries are on trees. Poor Diggy, he has no idea what's going on. Alright, now that we've got Diggy, we need a mulberry planter. Maybe more than one. I currently have 3 people planting mulberries. Which means they're already in the bot database. So I can just... mulberry seed planter. That's the guy. That's the guy. Yet another member of the Mullins family. Sure do got a lot of Mullins around here. Alright, seed planter. Now we need tree chopper, which is going to be one of these guys. Every time. Every time. It says find a bot. I don't need to find a bot. I have found the bot. I need to upload the script. It's only the 1L, isn't it? Someday, I'll remember this. I'll remember this. I will not remember this. I will never remember this. Hey, Cryptomancer, how's it going? Alright, you get to find mulberry trees in this location. And do the thing. I already have a mulled wine. Damn it. Mulberry needs a lot more thinking about. It's true. It's true. If I didn't already have a robot named Mull It Over, I'd be giving you credit for this joke. Mulled thoughts? I mean... what if he's muled wine? We've now hit the second order jokes. I think all of our log-related people here will now need to look in additional locations. Do I have Larry Mullen Jr.? I sure do not. So we're gonna need somebody picking up silkworms. Should we add another mulberry seed storer person? Probably. This can be my Larry Mullen Jr. Seed planter? No. If I search for mulberry... Oh, this is not helpful, is it? This searches my existing bots. It doesn't search my script storage, which is unsorted and not searchable. Oh dear. Oh, that's problematic. Alright, well... You need to make sure to look in the appropriate zone. I.e. all the way up here. In fact... all of my seed movers should look in the appropriate zones. I.e. all the way up here. Who else is carrying seeds? Rodney Mullen, the skateboarder? I'd never heard of him either. Then we got Silk Friends and Worm Friends over here. Good. Good for them. Alright, this seems good. This seems appropriate. The question is, will this parlay itself into actual forward progress on how much silk is made? And I'm not sure of the answer there. I think the answer is yes. Because I think this is just going to be, overall, more seed creation over time. Which is the real bottleneck in my setup. Because I am only putting mulberry seeds on worms when I am full up on mulberry seeds. So making more mulberry seeds should hopefully fix that problem. And now there are power woes? Whoa. Out of water, of all things. Do I need another robot bringing water to the powers? To the, steam engines? I might need another robot bringing water to the steam engines. Alright. If I had to guess which robot was bringing water to the steam engines... Do I think I have already done this before? Water to paper mill. No. Alright. In that case, let's look at Team Foundry. Who's carrying a bucket? Michelle Piper. Of course, of course. Alright, apparently we do need another one of you. So this is water to steam. Upload the script first. This is water. Just holy crap. It literally is every time. How do I not do this? I even yell about it. I yell about it every time, and I still haven't figured this out. Alright, go do the thing. I know there's other, like, famous pipers. Mulholland as a water supply bot name. The second Michelle Piper should be Buckingham Returns. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. I'm entirely too happy about this. Mulholland totally works as another, like, water hauling bot name, except for the fact that I'm using Mull in all of my Mulberry bot names, and so I'd get confused. Well, not like me getting confused has ever been a thing that stopped me in the past. So yeah, I should probably just do that. Well, that's a lot of stones. Nice. Love seeing full giant boxes. That's a good feeling. Alright. I'm sure this has not directly contributed to an increase in the amount of ball gowns that I am holding, but maybe someday. It would be in a different group, absolutely. Still getting used to, like, the shape of these new earbuds. Alright, this will take a while before I notice any change as a result of it. Also, our boy definitely is not moving fast enough on the seeds. Are we out of fertilizer? Is that the problem? Are both fertilizer bots extremely far away? Where are my fertilizer bots? What has happened to the fertilizer? We've got plenty. Here they come. Why does one of them have a much shorter stack? Much shorter. I'm watching this. I want it to be more efficient than it actually is. Pretty not efficient, it turns out. This is kind of working okay. It is the one robot that I want to dump their fertilizer first, so that's good. Is he then going? Uh-oh. Is there another problem here? What? Oh, no, you're fine. Okay. Yeah, you're fine. The system works. Then the other robot's taking priority again. I don't know how to set them up so only the one robot, like, once a robot is depositing fertilizer, the other robot is waiting for the first robot to finish. I'm not even sure if I can set them up that way. So then the other robot's going to dump his entire stack, And this robot is sitting there with one in hand. So the other robot will finish dumping their entire stack. Then this robot will dump his last one, and then they'll both go off at the same time. Which causes the same throughput problem as before. Problematic. They could also probably be holding on to more than one seedling at a time. I wonder if that would fix things. If that's a better idea. Because this can hold a ton of seedlings. So maybe I split this up? So that the seed planters aren't waiting on fertilizer? I could probably do that. Okay, so let me add a robot that is just moving seeds over to seedling storage. I can repurpose the seed planter here, and instead of taking from seedling storage, you'll just do this. And then all of the seedling planters, all of the various Mullins family, no longer need to do this stuff. They can just go. Why isn't this working? Oh, because they need the move. Haha, because I screwed it up. I need to record ooh, hoo hoo. I did screw it up. I see what I did. Okay. I need to record... They still need to move to seedling storage in order for this to work. Which is maybe the element that I missed here. Here we go. So this cleans up that process a bit, which means they can be more efficient about how much they're taking. Alright. We can make this work. Alright, new plan, buddy. What are you holding on to? Nothing. Perfect. Happy to hear it. The plan is never move to seed storage, only move to seedling storage, and take until hands are full. And now there's just always going to be seedlings around. See, this is way better than whatever garbage I was setting up beforehand. Man, why didn't anybody tell me it wasn't going to work? I'm blaming you, chat. This is definitely not my fault. This is definitely my fault. I am the captain of this ship. I am responsible for everything that happens here. Which means that we need to tell all of these people to stop taking from seedling storage, from seed storage. Seed storage and seedling storage, two very different things. Excuse me? Oh, no, that's already fixed. You're already fixed. And then the last Mullins, Nathaniel. Good. I could maybe make them more efficient as well, but, you know, whatever. This is good enough. And then this is going to be empty until this fills up. Is how this is going to work. Which means that we are even more behind on silk production. So this was the perfect time to make this change. When my poor ball gowns are already suffering. Oh my god, everybody needs repairs. Wow, wow, wow. We are 100% mega out-of-shape stone blocks. Okay, I guess that's why I needed another masonry bench. Yeah, that makes sense. How's them rocks doing? Rock delivery appears to have stalled. Where are my rocky friends? I don't even know where anybody is. How do I find out? Catapulter? Where's the catapulter? If I go to the Stonecutters Guild and seek out my rock tosser. Aha, we figured it out. All right. Yes, it is time, in fact, to shift the sign. I swallowed half an hourglass? Oh, I know that reference. Is that your only ship's captain reference? It's probably just what's on your mind right now, which makes sense, honestly. Where is my next thing? Where's the next thing we're gonna do? This is looking problematic. Unless you're going to fix it. Are you going to fix it, Mr. Robot? Or are you going to not fix it? It appears that you are not going to fix it. Unfortunate. Fair enough. Fair enough. Also, I wouldn't do that to your poor table. How do I solve this problem, then? Why does this not solve this problem? Move into catapult. Can I fix that? I don't really know how I fix that. Stop. Because that's not, wait. Okay. Here we go. I have an idea. We'll see if this works. Come back here. Your radius should be big enough to catch these robots. Apparently it's not? Alright, give me your sign. Oh, it's off to the side. It needs to be centered on the sign. How did this happen? Oh, it's off to the side because of the chunking. Oh, I get it. I get it. Right? Like if I move, whoo, it catches on the edge of the territory that I don't know. Oh, that is a fascinating problem to have. I was not prepared for this. Well, no wonder it doesn't work. And that's just gonna get worse, isn't it? Like, it's just gonna get knocked further and further out of position each time. Like, now, if I try to go down here, it's again, stuck against this edge. Which, I can't clean this up. I can never get into this territory. Out in the middle of the water? That's never gonna work. Fascinating. Okay. I still want this centered. I guess come here and I'll give you the sign. And I guess you'll do the best with the situation you have. And then I just need to be careful about clearing out the non-visible chunks around you whenever you move. Problematic. Also, I need to, we need to go take over a new set of rocks. Yet more rocks. Okay, well, the rocks are all gone, which means it is time to move the catapult. And figure out a new set of rocks. Probably this set of rocks. Let's have this catapult aimed to the waypoint catapult. And then go adjust the location. Building is here. Sign is not that sign, this sign. There's a way to uncover all plots? Is there really? That sounds like it'd be useful. Is there a telescope that I haven't built or something like that? Complete the Apollo program. Yeah. There's a wonder that I gotta build. I just need 7,000 gold first. And then I'll be able to see all of the infected. I mean, all of the plots. What do I think I would build in order to accomplish this task? I have built all the wonders at this point. So it's not going to be any of those. Is there a building that I think accomplishes this purpose? That I haven't built yet? Not all at once, one by one, oh. Ancient stone circle. I haven't seen this yet. Maybe I haven't built all the wonders. Oh, I need to make a pyramid first. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Control the flow of time. That seems fair. I mean, I know I can record robots wandering. I wonder... There's not a way to make a robot just go to an unexplored chunk, is there? And then I'd have to go out and wind the robot? That seems like a hassle. Is this something I know about? And I just need to, like, correctly extend my knowledge to a practical application? Or is this something that I haven't touched at all, which is also believable? Ball gown's still suffering. Ah, but we're back at having sufficient seeds, so that's good. The only way that I know about is literally walking to places. I feel like train engine is not going to cut it. Walking is the only way. It's talking specifically about the plot's problematic for me currently. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I mean, I know about, like, filling in terrain, right? Like, I could have a robot come over here and shovel sand into the ocean until the ocean is walkable. I'm aware that that's a thing that I can do. That's just extremely slow. Alright, well, in that case, what I can do is just make some new winders. Do I already have a winder? I do already have a winder. Good. There's another? Alright, I'm listening. And you can just look. Look at this zone. And you can be the Stonecutters Guild official winder. Do I need to walk through water? I mean, presumably a boat or something? I don't think I've seen anything that's like a boat or floaties is actually how I imagine this would work, an inner tube or something like that. I've got a trike. Is there a boat? Can I buy a boat? Is it one of these things? I don't see anything that's boat adjacent here. There's a captain's hat. There's a frog kigurumi hat. Probably won't let me swim. Yeah, I haven't seen anything that's a boat. Really? One of these? Oh, the canoe! The canoe. I think I saw that a canoe existed and then immediately put it out of my mind. And never bothered with it again. I don't even know how to build it. How do I build a canoe? Add a vehicle assembly unit. Okay, fair enough. Requires a log and a crude blade. Ooh. That, ladies and gentlemen, is some high technology. Alright. I don't know that I'm going to worry too much about a canoe right now. But, that's neat. Good to know that boats exist. Alright, Ballgown's still suffering. So, if notable improvements have occurred... Well, notable improvements have not occurred. But if any improvements have occurred, they have not been notable. Fly, my pretties, fly! Oh, the silk process. What a process. Well, I actually looked at this tab and was like, oh, trains aren't gonna do it. Never. Completely forgot about the canoe. Alright, cool. So, the seed-related bottlenecks have drastically reduced now, which is excellent. My log movers are not moving so fast with the logs, but maybe that's okay? Probably due to there not being room to put down more logs? It's fine. Poles are fine now? Ooh, poles are fine now. The addition of another person storing poles did indeed solve my problem. It's not that there was not enough wood. It's that there was not enough people moving the wood. Great. Castle's still drastically in need of more shaped stone blocks. Everybody drastically in need of more shaped stone blocks? Okay, actually, Egan Wolf, as long as I have you around here, what happens if I run out of hard rock mass? Like, what if there's just not enough rocks anymore? Is there a way to create rough stone blocks? I do not have the technology to create hard rock masses. Or is there just an actual inherent limitation in how many things I can do? There's another source of rough stones? Are there? News to me. I guess I might be able to take the chisel and mallet to something else. I guess I never tried applying a chisel and mallet to a stone patch. Wow, that would be so much more convenient than this garbage I'm going through. I gotta try this. I gotta try this. I gotta see if I can make this work. Where is my chisel storage? You. Give me a chisel. Where are my stone patches? There's one out here. By the train tracks. We're even mining stone. We sure are. We're mining stone, and the stone is being yeeted across space. Although not across time, except in the usual manner. Whoa. It's not the button I intended. I thought, for some reason, that Z would stow my mallet. But it obviously doesn't. What button am I thinking of that does this thing? Controls. I know there's inventory swap. Empty held object. Q. Q is what I was thinking of. Thank you. Fascinating. Yep, this just makes rough stone blocks. Okay. That is very good to know. Great. I think that accurately describes the distraction process. You are not wrong. Although in this case, like, why would I even think about doing this? There's the game explained method for doing things, which is how I was doing it. And then there is another way to do things using resources that don't run out, but like, it's not obvious. And maybe if I had gotten to the point where I was actually just out of rough stone blocks, I'd have tried it. But like, I don't know that I would have. Although, yes, I do get distracted a lot. Distractions are very real. How close am I now? Oh my god. I'm less than 150 WUV away from an ominous pyramid. Very exciting. I'm excited about pyramids. Alright, Ballgown's still suffering. Encyclopedia is also still suffering. This is... I'm about at the point where I could potentially be not suffering anymore for Ballgowns. Assuming that the thing that I did improved the situation at all. Which it does not appear to have. How often do we make ball gowns? Probably rarely. It's entirely out... No, it's not entirely out of silk cloth. It's also out of silk thread. But silk cloth is definitely suffering. At about the rate one would expect. Oh! I gotta get the wormy finder, looking for wormies up here. Who are my mulberries? Who's looking for worms? You. Nope. You. Yes. Or we just add another one. Is nobody looking out here for worms? Silkworms to silkworm storage. Mulberry seeds to silkworm station. Silkworm storage to silkworm station. Silkworm storage to silkworm station. Right. Okay. That's fine. So we need another worm tongue. Press the button first. Someday. Someday. Not yet. Not yet. Maybe not today. Today may not be my day, but someday. And then I think it is somewhat reasonable to expect worms to show up here. But worms have basically never shown up back here, and that's fine. I think I'm getting my wires crossed. Is Wormtongue from Lord of the Rings or from Fire and Ice? Wormtongue was, Saruman's advisor, right? That was Wormtongue? Like, I know there is a famous Wormtongue. And I'm just having a little bit of a trouble placing which franchise Wormtongue was from. Alright, this should speed things up a bit. We should now have sufficient worms. Once again out of rough stones. I'm wondering if maybe I just start doing this thing instead of the thing that I'm doing? Certainly a thought. I think I like that idea. I think we are going to adjust what we are doing. Boulder. Lots of boulders. Now this rock is just in the way. Alright, so I am going to need to adjust the sign in order to make the winders work. That is the easy way to fix most of this. And then the others are going to need actual adjustment of their program. And then all of the chiselers in the Stonecutters Guild are going to need themselves adjusted. Where am I? Here. May even need a second catapult for this, now that I'm looking at it. Now I gotta wait for the robot to get over here so I can borrow their chisel and teach them how to chisel out of the ground. Robot. Robot. Oh, it has to be a rich deposit. Ooh, okay, that's good to know. So I can't just do it out of the regular stone deposit. It has to be picked through first. Okay. Maybe we'll just take over this one then? And have these guys move? That's maybe an easier way to do this. To make it even more hidden. Wow, rude! Yeah, I don't think I ever would have figured it out if I hadn't been hinted towards it. Otherwise, I would have just ran out of rough stone, the rough stone masses, and been mad. Hard rock mass. All it took was me knowing that there is another source, and then, like, this was the obvious next thing to try. But I don't know that I would have tried it otherwise. Very interesting. Alright. Give me your chisel. So what happens if I just chisel here? It doesn't work. That doesn't work. Okay. Yeah, it just doesn't work. Got it, got it. Okay. Then, yes, we're just going to take over this territory. So, you stop what you're doing. And go do things here. Billy Mason, I am keeping your pick for a bit. Oh. This is going to move over to here. This can probably move over to here also. Let's see what this range is. Does this work? It doesn't quite. It's very close. How much closer does it need to be? Two, three, four. Wow. Alright, which means... Whoa, what buttons am I even pushing? You. You're gonna need an, Now the distance has become a problem. Very slightly out of range for the purposes of catapulting. Where were you even catapulting to? Just on top of existing stone? That would be funny. Maybe it's not even necessary? Maybe we're just good on stone? Maybe we're just good on stone, actually. That's a thought. I'm still adjusting this zone. Castle's slowly suffering. Falling apart. Take over this area. Where is here? Whew, so easy to get lost. Okay, that means this catapult also needs to be, like, here. In order to be in range of the appropriate location. Good. Alright. And now, Billy, if that's your real name, here is your plan. Rough stone from deposit. I did it! I did it! I didn't type the name into find a bot first! I'm so proud of me. Alright, that's everybody. We did it. We cleaned up. I didn't realize that it changed, like I saw that it changed the depth when you use a metal mining pick, but I didn't realize that it changed the kind of deposit that it was. It becomes a rich stone deposit instead of a stone deposit. Does that work with everything else? This is still just a coal deposit. Oh, it went from trace coal deposit to coal deposit. Huh. Yeah, trace coal deposit becomes a coal deposit. And then is the same thing true for ore? This is a metal ore deposit. Is it otherwise a trace metal ore deposit? Where is there more metal ore? Trace metal ore. Fascinating. Yeah, I didn't put that together. That's really interesting. Clay. Does clay work the same way? You don't pick at clay, do you? You shovel clay. Can you pick at clay? I guess I don't know. And using a good shovel doesn't change the clay deposit into a better clay deposit. Fascinating. Alright, now I'm curious. I'm gonna go pick up a pick. And probably I won't be able to do anything interesting with this. But I want to check. Oh yeah, I totally can! Does it make it into a better clay deposit? Can't even tell. Does it change anything? Or am I just creating clay? Like a normal clay creator? No, it totally makes it richer. I don't know what that... Does that mean anything? I'm not even making clay out of this. I'm just using a pick. And digging away at the bad clay, maybe? I mean, I have an overabundance of clay as is. But does this make it better? Big if true. Takes less time to dig or pick an object from a rich deposit. Oh, that's cool. Oh, so I totally want a robot to go through all of the deposits and make them better. Okay. Deposit improver, but like, how much are you improving a deposit? Not how much are you improving a deposit, that's not what I meant. Names. Like, deposit improvement is very straightforward, but it's not a good name for a robot. Robot needs much better names than that. I want to make some joke of, like, banking. Richie and richer is probably pretty close to what I'm looking for, actually. But I'm not sure that I can necessarily tie, like, ore deposits into, like, depositing into a bank account in a snappy way that is funny and makes sense at first read. I think I like Richie and richer. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Alright, we'll do it. We'll do it. I can work with this. And you are going to do as follows. Assuming I ever figure it out. There we go. Fix all our clay deposits. And if your hands are empty, you will need a pick. And for now, buddy, take this. Because clay is my problem. We need to make sure that clay works better, but it's a thing I can do, so it's a thing I will do. Alright, back to the subject at hand. Ball gowns. Still not particularly improved, I gotta admit. Could be better. Do we need another box over here? Would that help? Would this be better if there was more storage for silkworms? Maybe. I think even as slow as the silk process is, we still bottom out on silkworm cocoons. Right? We still just run out of these. Why do I cut down my mulberry trees? Because it never occurred to me there might be a way to pick worms off of trees. I guess if I were to assume that that is possible, I would use a net? Also because I didn't have seeds. And I knew that cutting down, like, the initial, very first thing I did was plant a seedling and then cut it down to get more seeds. And I was like, oh, this is how I get seeds. So then I set up a mulberry farm to harvest seeds. And the next step was something with silkworms. So I was like, all right, I'll make a silkworm station. And I put that next to my mulberry farm and discovered that cocooning a silkworm turns into silkworm butterflies that then go plant themselves in trees. So I was like, okay, I gotta have my tree chopper wait until the tree is infested before he chops it down. And that worked, and then I never looked back. So there was no point in this process where I had any reason to believe that I shouldn't be chopping down mulberry trees. And none of this matters anymore because now I have pyramids. Special shelter and gateway to transcendence for colonists. It is time, ladies and gentlemen. Your automation and colonization skills have taken your planet to the brink of evolutionary perfection. You've mastered the environment to build and harness technology through the ages. You fed, sheltered, clothed, entertained, cured, educated, and cultured your colonists. It's true, these are all things I've done. Now they're ready to move on to the next level. Transcendence. Build the pyramid, then add every colonist in your colonized world to transform them into pure love. Um... I'm not entirely sure I'm okay with this. Like, making my colonists happy in order to produce WoW was, like, a little weird, but okay. And now it's like, I'm going to stick them in the pyramid blender and reduce them to the essence of WoW? I mean, that seems not exactly how I envisioned using my colonists, I'll be honest with you. But, well, if this is how it works, then so be it. It's not like colonists are people anyway. They get grown from seeds. Do I have a builder planting rivets? Rivets? Rivets. Cool. They've got it handled. Now in stage 2. Go, go, pyramid! Pure WoW is made of people. It's Soylent WoW. It's kind of awful, isn't it? It's kind of awful. And the pyramid needs power. Oh yeah, I'm absolutely just building a giant blender. Special shelter and gateway to transcendence. Look at the pieces that are involved. This is 100% just going to grind things into distilled WoW. Ugh. Gross. Does stage 4 involve adding scyther blades? I guess it's not explicit. No, it's just more gears and axles. Needs 30 colonists. Alright. Well, I have 30 colonists. Move some of these people out of the way. Gotta get some power poles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I get close enough here? Move more people out of the way? Too much WoW? All the WoW is in the way? Oh, these sticks are in the way. Different things are in the way. Well, okay. That's fixable. All right, the time has come for enrichment. We have our evictor, who is now going to look for colonists and castles and add them to a pyramid. God. They get beamed away. They get vaporized. And then also our real estate agent, likewise. Instead of adding to castle, we're going to add to a pyramid. Excuse me? Can I not add to the pyramid? Why not? It needs power. Power is a problem. How much power does the pyramid need? 1,000 power. Okay, well, fair enough. Wow. It even plays a noise. Does it matter if these are new colonists or castle dwelling ones? I don't know that it matters. I guess if you're just looking for a place to put colonists, you can put them in the castles, and then this idiot will move them eventually. Sure, keep filling in castles, I guess. And then as soon as I have power. What is my bottleneck on power? It's still water. Alright. And then eventually it's going to be coal. Coal is the obvious next problem to have. Surprising amount of power production. They absolutely get vaporized. They get turned into a puddle of glowing light and disappear. Their souls escape from their bodies. I am a cruel god. I am what I have been made to be. It was always going to end in destruction. There was no chance for peace. Can I fix this? Can I make this move faster? Probably not. This is probably as good as it's going to get. I could maybe add a second Coalbringer. I could probably add a second Coalbringer. Foundry. I had forgotten about Bram Stoker. It's like a little surprise I left for myself. It is working periodically. Like, as soon as I get to 1,000 energy, it burns 1,000 energy on the pyramid. It's so close. Oh my god, look at it go. Prepare yourselves, colonists. Prepare to leave this earth and ascend. Gain your true form. Why are we still having problems here? There is a colonist right here. Go pick him up. Figure it out. I think he's figured it out. Achievement unlocked. Real Autonaut. I turned my colonists into fireworks? Congratulations. You successfully transcended all of your colonists. They are returned to the stars, where they no longer need anything. Yeah. And my childhood dog went to a farm upstate. Uh-huh. But we still need you. You've transformed this world into an efficient factory that can produce goods and resources for key planets in other systems. Autonauts HQ will give you a new special off-world job every day, so you can earn even more tokens for Autonauts artifacts. You're a real Autonaut now. First planet colonized! One planet colonized! Ladies and gentlemen, the journey is just beginning. World 1-2 start. So it sounds like now... Okay, we're definitely building one of these. This is happening. It sounds like post-game has started, in which the spaceport gives me special extra jobs that I can use, that I can get. Yep, special jobs. Woo, 100 tokens at a time. Wow, that requires a lot of stuff. Okay. Especially stuff that I have never had reason to make in the past. Yikes, yikes. Okay. So if I wanted to unlock more stuff in here, I could do that. We could spend time on these jobs to get all of these unlocks. Lamp post. Neat. The grind to 100% completion. No kidding. These are some big deal jobs too, right? Like, I've never gotten a carrot burger. I'm gonna have to build a whole chain of kitchen stuff to get up to carrot burger. I've never even planted a carrot before. Like, if I was gonna get to carrot burger... Here. Where are carrot burgers? Here, right? Top end of the carrot food chain, which is going to require everything all the way up. I'm going to need to make carrot cakes. I'm going to need to make carrot curry and naan, because carrot curry and naan goes into carrot cake, apparently. Oh no, we skip the carrot curry and naan. We go from honey glazed roasted carrots into carrot cake. So I get to skip one step. And I gotta start from planting carrots, which I don't even have. The whole way up. All of these can go at least. I am at last done with colonist enrichment. Colonists no longer need to be enriched. They are fully enriched. The only reason to produce additional colonists at this point is if I wanted to make more art. Yeah. This would be a lot to do. I wouldn't surprise me if, in order to get all of the unlocks, I needed to eventually end up producing everything. Really, we just need bots to be programmed to feed everything to the Moai. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the end result, is feed everything to the Moai. Have the Moai and the other pyramid side by side, and just everything goes into one of these two things. Remove my taint from the earth. How much do I want to keep going? How much more do I feel like I want to do with this game versus anything else now that I've beaten it? That's a real question, actually. Like, in Factorio or Dyson Sphere, there is an initial goal, and then there is a obvious way to continue playing the game if you want to do more stuff, right? Factorio immediately leads you into launching more rockets so that you can get white science, so that you can improve all the other things, right? Like, you launch a rocket, you get your game 1, and then you immediately see that you finally have the tools to do the last set of researches that you hadn't been able to do. In Dyson Sphere, you know, you can see where the science is that just wins you the game, but like, the goal is always the colonization of new solar systems. And the science just gets you there. And then, you know, there's like the capstone science, you won the game! But like, there's the obvious metric of power into Dyson spheres that you want to keep increasing, or that you want to make sure that your systems work for, or whatever. In this game, like, they're absolutely giving me some post-game, and I respect them for that. But I don't know how much I want to go into that, given the goals that are available, right? It's less about I want to grow my factory and make it more efficient, and more about like just hitting the check marks on, because I could have been working on this stuff the whole time, right? I could have been doing the smaller jobs or whatever, and working my way up from the begin. Why are you not delivering sand? Hello? I know I have a bob for sand. You. What is your problem? Where are you? Oh, you had sand in your bucket. I see the problem. I took a perfectly good robot and gave it anxiety. One sand at a time. This is gonna take a bit of time. So, yeah, I guess that's a question of how much I want to keep going with this colony, how much I want to work on producing all the various things that'll make all my spaceport jobs get me tokens so that I can unlock. Like, the unlocks are kind of uninspiring. I think if the unlocks were things I were more interested in, then this might be more compelling. But there's not a... This doesn't feel like making my colony bigger and better in the same way that it does in Factorio or DSP, right? There's like the thing that I've been doing in Factorio leading up to the rocket launch, and then the rocket launch allows me to do more and better the things that I'm already doing. And requires more support, to be sure, but it still uses all of the same supply chains and leads into an expansion of what I already have in a way that plays into the things that I've been doing. And in Dyson Sphere the same way, victory is sort of a footnote along the way towards expanding to the other solar systems. And now that I've like... This game is very much about the colonists, or has been up until now, right? Like, pretty much everything was about driving sufficient colonist throughput and getting research. And you run out of research and it's like, all right, well, I'm at level 7 with the colonists. I just need to get all of the colonists through to Transcendence. And then you hit Transcendence and the colonists disappear. And it's like, the entire point of my factory up until now, of everything that I've been doing, was supporting the colonists, and the colonists aren't there. So I have all of these supply chains that just don't do anything anymore. And then the token system is interesting because it gives you a use for specific parts of those supply chains, but not everything, not all at once. The whole factory doesn't keep moving in itself. And the goals on it are a little questionable. Like, I don't know how much any of this matters to me. Like, I remember when I got the spaceport, I was like, oh my god, I can get a dog. And then I got the dog, and it's like, alright, well, I guess that's all I really wanted out of the spaceport. So now I have more complex jobs to get something to increase the speed at which I get things out of the spaceport. But, like, I'm not particularly compelled to get things out of the spaceport anyway. So, like, I'm glad they gave you something else to do, but it was something that I had already kind of dismissed on the way up here. When do you actually get the spaceport? I don't remember when it originally gave me that. Spaceport was tied to... Oh, I can't see what unlocked it. I can see how to build it, but I can't see how I got it originally. Okay, this does show me the rewards, but I gotta kind of go through them and... I got the catapult at colonization 4. Did I get the spaceport? Yeah, I got the spaceport at colonization 3. So I had to have gotten through... Colonist WUV X100. Oh, so this was just right at the beginning of clothing. Is the spaceport. Okay, you get that pretty quickly, actually. And then the spaceport gives you jobs that are a little difficult to pull off at that stage. But not that difficult. But it's very slow progress to unlock other stuff. And this was never the kind of stuff that I really wanted to do in the game. It was like, oh, you can make the same thing that you're already making, but it looks different. The same way that I was never really incentivized to use the higher levels of flooring or the higher levels of walls or anything like that. Like, everything is just log walls. And then I figured out that I could use the picket fence for everything. So everything is just picket fences. And, I didn't really have a reason to improve the production of those things. Like, and, hats were never a thing. Like, hats only existed as aesthetics, which, like, okay, I'm kind of into the idea of giving my robots hats, but it was never a priority. It was never something that I was, like, interested in working towards, especially given, like, I just want one hat, right? I don't want all of my robots wearing the same hats. Like, I'd be making job-specific hats, and that's something that I'd have to micromanage. Phrygian cap? It's like a Smurf cap. Antlers? I can't make antlers? Oh, I never farmed vegetables. Yeah, alright. I could make antlers? But, like, see, this one. This was funny enough that I was like, okay, I have to make this. I have to give this to the robot that's making Metal Gears, right? Like, that was... But... Forestry? Oh, I never planted seedlings. Planted mulberry seedlings. I guess that didn't count. So yeah, I'm not positive that I am fully incentivized to continue this. Also, we're stalled out here, and I don't know why. Yellow paint? Why are we stalled on yellow paint? Because this needs a bucket? And the bucket holder presumably is standing there with paint in their bucket? That you can win without having finished all those academy certs also seems odd. The academy certs are more achievements, and then you get items as rewards for them. And it's like, now that you've unlocked this technology, here is a reason to put that technology to use, so you can fulfill the cert, fulfill the achievement for it. And some of them I was immediately in on, and some of them are like, well, that's not part of the supply chain that I'm using, so I'm going to ignore it until I have a reason to pay attention to it. And then I just never had a reason to pay attention to it. You still advocate feeding the Moai? We could do that. I want to finish this, ancient stone circle. Is really what I want to do, though. Soil! I need to get a robot with a bucket for soil. Okay. New robot, I've got a job for you. The job is buckets. Buckets and soil. Plenty of places to get soil right here, though, so I don't have to go too far afield. If hands empty, get some buckets. Find nearest soil in a range around the build zone, because there's plenty of places to go. If held object empty, go grab some soil. And then apply to a blueprint in the build zone. And do this forever. Do everything forever. Wait. Come back. Got a bucket for you. I want to be able to control the speed of time. That sounds fantastic. But now we're just going to end up with boxes full of stuff, right? At some point, all the boxes are full, and there's nothing left for the robots to do. The forestry will still keep doing its thing, because there will always be more trees to grow, right? You chop down a tree, you grow a new tree. You chop down a tree, you grow a new tree. And at no point does that cycle stop. I guess I could ask them, if log storage is full, maybe don't worry too much about chopping down more trees. But, and animals will always need to be cared for, even if the resources that they produce aren't going to use. Did my, it looks like my clay improver has done all of the improving. Good job, Richie. Oh, that's cool. I'll have to remember that this is a thing that one can do. In future runs of this game. So I am interested in playing more of this game. I've got several colonies that I've been working on off-stream. I don't necessarily know that I want to stream another run of this. And if I do, it's not going to be at the same priority as I have been doing. Right? Like, it's not going to be every week. I still like the game. I think I still want reasons to come back to the game. But I'm not sure that this spaceport business is the reason to come back to the game. Hey, Icarus. And, I'm not personally enthused with the idea of deconstructing my colony and feeding everything to them, though. I agree that that's possible, but that's not where I want to be. Sand is slow. Sand is always going to be the slow part, because this idiot doesn't have a good bucket. I guess I could have given this idiot a better bucket. Keep the save as is in case future updates make it worth doing. I suspect if future updates change any of the flow, I'll be more inclined to start a fresh colony, rather than working again from here. Since, like, this is kind of at the end state, right? There's not a lot of incentive for doing anything else in this state. For me, anyway. Like, the whole spaceport thing doesn't really work as an incentive for me. There's not a lot that I want to do there. The pyramid is yellow now. Fully colonized. Those are big hearts. It's a wad of love. It's a wad of love. This broke. This system broke and I'm not happy about it. Where are you? You're here. How did I fix this? Did I fix this? Because blue is still going fine. No, blue's in the same situation. But that's because blue is waiting for an egg. Did I just add a bucket to the system? Did that actually solve it? Starting to look like a Factorio map? Yeah. I mean, if I zoom out and just look at everything, like, there's definitely a lot going on here, which is pretty cool. We've come a long way on this save. We've been going for quite some time. I mean, if I just added an extra bucket here, does that solve the problem? Maybe I have a robot watching for this to empty out, and if it empties out, add an extra bucket? I'm just going to manually add a bucket and see if that solves the problem. It's not a good solution to the problem, but it might put the problem off. Why do you not have blue paint? Oh, because I have one robot delivering all the different things and it's waiting for yellow paint. Once the yellow paint has been delivered, it'll be able to deliver the blue paint. Yes, exactly that thing. I think red is also stuck in the same place. Which means we should maybe fix this red problem. In much the same way. I mean, there are extra buckets here, right? I could just toss this bucket in. Why is water a problem now? Hello? What is going on? No, you're fine. Take from freshwater storage 1. Why are you not taking from freshwater storage 2? This water storage is here for a reason, my friend. Are they all not looking at the right water storage? They're all not looking at the right water storage. I built this water storage and then never took advantage of it. Miserable. Did I at least fix blue? Blue I at least fixed. The pile of buckets reaches ever higher. Alright, but this is moving. It may be worth it to have a backup bucketer throw in a bucket in the mix periodically. Since that appears to be the thing that needs to happen to solve the problem. Anytime the... I guess that means I need to make sure... Maybe the problem gets solved by... Hold. Maybe this take needs to be until held object is full? And that'll guarantee that it's not adding weird amounts of water to the system? Dev's currently working on a new game, which will be kind of an expansion. Yeah, I did see that. That's actually really exciting. I am very interested in finding out what Autonauts but survival mode looks like. And if they want money for that, they absolutely are going to get money from me. That's fine. Out of flowers now. Wow. Yeah, I suspect that if take from freshwater storage was until held object full, my problems here would disappear. And this would work out okay. Alright, well, hopefully these robots figured out flower storage at some point. I think it'll be a not super quick process, but that part's been working out okay up until now. I'll let that go. How's that stone circle coming? Slowly. Still slowly. But it is in fact coming. Oh god, they need so much sand. Sand robot, please get a better bucket. Alright. Time for Sand Robot to get a better bucket. Because this is going to be unreasonably slow. Once he has added the... There we go. Stop. No more crude buckets for you. Only the good stuff. Wondering if maybe I should take his bad bucket off his hands. Speed up the process again. I'm gonna go with yes. I'm gonna go with yes, actually. Out of throw range! Get back here. You idiot. I will not stand for this. And then this garbage bucket gets fed to the Moai. Get out of here, garbage bucket. Nobody likes you. Bigger chunks of sand at a time. Yes, please. Sure, that's fine. They'll figure it out. Are y'all working over here? Stuff happening? Slowly. I guess backup bucket robot would be if paint empty and gladiola and flowers full. So a very specific situation. Still think the solution is not backup bucket robot, but making sure that buckets are always full. Who's filling this bucket, actually? Where are you filling it from? Are you filling it fast enough? Unclear. I guess we don't go through. The throughput on these is not super high regardless. Get all these eggs. Excuse me? Oh. There's regular speed. And there's faster speed. I can now control the flow of time. Exactly as promised. Nobody needs to work with this. It just needs to be there. And if I pick it up, the button disappears. Okay. Fair. Stonehenge, indeed. Oh, cool, it makes noises. Okay, so by control the speed of time, what it means is if you want to go faster, there is a faster option. Which, okay, sure. I like how regular speed is turtle mode. Go, little robots! Fly! Well, they run out of chisels real quick over here. This should have been an early game wonder. It could have. It would certainly have changed things. And then back to regular speed. Back to waiting for things to finish speed. I don't know. I feel like the regular speed is actually fine for the majority of the game. And if you're at any point, judging by my map, trains don't really matter. They don't matter a whole lot. It turns out trains are a decent way to get a lot of things from point A to point B. But you know what else is a decent way to get a lot of things from point A to point B? A lot of catapults. So, I've been pretty happy with the, you know, as Cryptomancer puts it, the logistics system that is available in Autonauts. This is the equivalent of a logistics tower, just putting things in catapults. Catapults are pretty good. Catapults have worked out very well for fulfilling my needs. Getting things from point A to point B at sufficient speed. Like, each catapult is inherently limited. It's got, like, a wind-up time to it. But, you know, with enough catapults, it doesn't really matter. And there's some stuff that, like, you want to get from one place to another, but don't need to bring over, like, hundreds at a time. And anything that needs, like, a lot of things at a time, I've put into trains, kind of. I've put into hand carts, because I haven't built actual full-fledged trains yet. Yeah, and this keeps breaking, which I don't understand. This keeps breaking and I hate it. Which I guess meant that we were out of food for a while, except not really, because I'm not using the food for anything. Loading the train looks like it sucks. It kind of sucks. It's individual robots putting stuff onto the train. I don't yet know if the train can be loaded by multiple people at a time. I don't think I've tried that anywhere. I think any point I am trying to load a train, I've only had one robot doing it. I think they can't load it 2 at a time. But maybe with the better trains they can. I bet with the better trains you can have multiple robots loading it at a time. But this is like the first iteration of trains. And there are... Oh, they don't show up here. Those are my buildings. They show up here. 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 There's like train engines and train carriages that I have not bothered making. Because this was sufficient throughput for my needs on the things that I was doing. You know, I don't think it's ever broken that way over here. It's just this one that breaks. And I'm not sure why this one breaks and the other one doesn't. I guess this one is not going back to refill their hands when the train's out of the way. Not sure why that would make it break less. I guess it would never be... It's a lot less likely to be stuck over here when the train first shows up. Like a third or a fourth of the time. So that, in theory, should make it break less often. But it should still break sometimes. Whereas, like last stream, this broke like three or four times over that stream. Now it's doing fine, though. Should have given this idiot arms. Stuck loading 8 berries when they could be loading 12. They could be loading so many more berries. I'm gonna watch this guy and see if he breaks. A watched robot never breaks, though. It's never gonna do it while I have the camera on him. Anyway. Yeah, that's where we're at.